They had spent 200 years trapped inside a laboratory, and now they were finally risking everything to see the outside world. They fired grappling hooks onto the steel beams and raced toward the 100-meter wall. After minutes of climbing, they finally reached the top. But just as they prepared to cut through the fence, a massive electric shock nearly sent them falling. The girl quickly scanned the area. Then she spotted the power supply truck. She took a breath, released her grip, and dropped back toward the ground. But the guards had already noticed the escape. Bullets flew past her as she sprinted toward the truck. She planted the explosives, then ran. A deafening blast followed. The truck's batteries exploded, the wires short-circuited, and the entire electric fence went dead. That was their opening. They climbed over the wall and landed on the other side, only to discover a terrifying cliff. They barely managed to survive the descent. But what waited beyond the laboratory was nothing like the world they had imagined. After walking about a kilometer, they reached the edge of a forest. Everything beyond that boundary was polluted wasteland. Even the river had turned dark and contaminated. They had escaped the lab full of hope, only to find a world that looked even worse. Some of them started wondering if escaping had been a mistake. Then the sky changed. Acid rain began pouring down. The radioactive rain burned their skin. Number 4 suddenly spotted an abandoned shack, and everyone rushed inside. They stayed there as their hope slowly disappeared. Some even suggested surrendering to the laboratory. Maybe staying alive meant going back. But Lisa refused to believe that the outside world had nothing left for them. They waited through the entire night. Finally, the rain stopped. The group followed the polluted river upstream, hoping it would lead them to a factory or some other sign of civilization. Then, a deep rumbling shook the area. An off-road vehicle appeared. The laboratory's pursuers had caught up. They accelerated through the rough terrain, desperately trying to escape, but the pursuers kept coming. Just as they were about to be caught, the air ahead suddenly distorted. An invisible doorway opened, and an alien spacecraft appeared above them. The newcomers already knew every one of their names. They told them not to be afraid. Then a squad of soldiers emerged as an assault ship landed nearby. The pursuers had never seen technology like this. They were forced back. Then the invisible doorway closed. The strangers weren't there to hurt them. Instead, they used portable equipment to surround the group in a protective film that shielded them from the radiation. The film attached itself to the spacecraft. After about half an hour of flying, something incredible appeared below, an oasis. But it wasn't natural. It was a massive high-tech city. The spacecraft descended slowly and lowered the group safely to the ground. Staff immediately escorted them inside for a process called evolution. Once inside, the protective film gradually disappeared.